Hi, it's Pastor Paul L. Anderson here at the Fountain of Raleigh Fellowship, where we believe God's blessings never stop flowing. I hope you had a wonderful weekend, a time to celebrate graduates, but most of all on yesterday, a time to celebrate mothers. We thank God for all the women in our lives, those who brought us into the world, those who brought our children into the world, and those who are taking care of us, still being mothers to us all. Thank you so very much again. I hope you feel good about what you did for that mother in your life, that person who brought you into the world, that one who made a difference. Always know that God has something great for you. Our text on today out of Genesis 9:8-17 is very powerful. It picks up where we left off. It tells us about the story of Noah and his sons. Now they are about to go outside. And as they're going outside, God gives them a promise. He says that I'm going to now let you go out on dry ground. I want you to look up before you look out. It is important for us to always look up before we look out. God has now placed for Noah what he needed to see. He pulls back the cover of the ark. When he pulls back the cover of the ark, because there was a covering that protected them from all the rain, but he still had water to come through to feed all of the livestock, to feed all of those who needed to eat. He still needed water to make sure that they had something to drink. He still needed water while it was coming out of the sky to make sure that they were able to grow what needed to be grown so they could have their vegetables. So now they are about to leave the ark. God tells him, look up before you look out. See, Noah looked up and he saw this beautiful rainbow in the sky. Based upon what I've read throughout the biblical text, this becomes the first time that I have found recorded in the text that God puts a rainbow in the sky. He puts a rainbow out there to remind you and to remind me there are a lot of different colors that we will have in our life. And we have to thank God for every color and realize they are side by side. I want to remind you, it doesn't matter what you're going through right now. It's going to change in just a matter of a few moments. All of life's experiences are changing. So Noah now has an opportunity to realize that God has a new covenant with him and with all living creation. In this passage, we find out that God says, I'm going to give you a sign. I'm going to give a sign to you and all the living creatures and all the generations to come. I will place a rainbow in the clouds. This will be a sign of the new covenant that I've made with the earth. The covenant is that I will never destroy the world again with water. You and I need to understand God makes a covenant. And when God makes a covenant, he lives up to his agreement. Wouldn't it be great if you and I lived up to the covenants that we've made? The covenants that we made in our community, how we sometimes have these covenantal agreements to say there are things we will and will not do. There are things we will and will not comply. Wouldn't it be great if we lived up to the covenant or to the Constitution of the United States, that we will defend it from all of the different kind of quote unquote threats that will come, both foreign and domestic, that we will look down upon those who try to terrorize our country from outside and from within, that we will be faithful to the Constitution, that we would not try to succeed from the Union, that we would not try to take over, but we must make sure that we honor our covenants. God has a covenant for you and for me. The greatest covenant we can ever make is that, God, I will serve you all the days of my life. And when we make this covenant, it lets us know that God has given us a sign. He's given us a covenant. He's given us a rainbow, something to remind us that I promise I will keep my word. Will you keep yours? I ask myself every day, Lord, let me live up to the covenant that I made with you. I want to be a good son. I want to be a good brother. I want to be a good husband. I want to be a good father. I want to be a good community leader. I want to be a good pastor. I want to be a good shepherd to the sheep that have been given to me. I hope all of us can renew and revisit our covenants to make sure that we're living up to the standard that God has given to us. If we're not, you can make the change. You can make it today. Noah made a change. He got out of the ark, got out of the boat because it was no longer needed. That tells all of us there's some points in our lives we need to get out of the things that we've been in because they really have served their purpose and they're no longer needed. God bless you. Heaven smile upon you. Always know that you're exceedingly and abundantly blessed. And in this year of 2023, God is going to bless you bigger and better than you ever thought you would see. I'll talk to you again on tomorrow.
To sow a seed to the Fountain of Raleigh Fellowship, visit our newly redesigned website, thefountainofraleigh.org, and select Sow a Seed from the homepage. Also, giving has been made easier with the new Fountain of Raleigh app, available now in the Apple App Store and Google Play Store. Download today, select Giving from the main menu, and then follow the directions to complete your giving through Subsplash.
Thank you so very much for all of your gifts and donations that you've given to the Fountain of Raleigh Fellowship. We thank you for what you've done in the past, what you're currently doing, and what you will do in the future. Your gifts and donations helps us to spread the gospel of Jesus Christ, not only locally, but throughout the world. Thank you again for your gifts, and may God continue to richly bless you. It is here at the Fountain that we believe that we are exceedingly and abundantly blessed, and may you receive those blessings that God has in store for you.